The United States of Tiffany. Our commentary offers a humorous take on wrestling. Please note, we're not bullying or attacking the wrestlers. We're engaging with the choreographed sport and its storylines. Our jokes and observations are about the characters and storylines, not the real people behind them. Tourists and citizens alike, welcome. Enjoy the show, and remember, it's all in good fun.
Hello, how are you? Hi. Hi. Good night, mother. Okay. I'm gonna give y'all some time to come on in. And we're gonna chitty chat. We're gonna converse. Or as a hood nigga say, we're gonna conversate. Oh. That is not a word, by the way, but it is not. It is a part of AAVE, so I ain't gonna be mad at you. But we got some things that we need to discuss over here. We just had a really good promo between two greats over here in WWE with Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Okay, now listen, shit was getting real. You know what I'm saying? But first, let's start off with the beginning and how the show really kicked off. Okay, hold on, because I gotta get the picture. I gotta make sure we had a picture. Okay. Hold on, they ain't even got it up here. So look, Brian Breaker kicked off the show. He came out there like a little child, mad at the world because he got his ass whooped. And rightfully, he shouldn't be mad. You know why? Because when all of this went down at the previous pay-per-view with Survivor Series War Games, he had no issues with the person interfering. Why? Because he wasn't the one who had to suffer the interference. So now the tables are turned, and he the one that's getting his ass whooped. Oh, it's a problem. Adam Pearce has it out for me. No, baby. No. For once, Adam is doing his job. Adam said the numbers are picked at random. Brian picked his own number. There's no way that Adam Pearce could have set him up. The only way I could agree with that is if Pearce actually handed them the numbers. But we watched Damian Priest pick his number. So we know for a fact, or at least we can conclude, that they picked their own numbers, to which Brian Breaker admitted to, as did Adam Pearce. Okay, boom. Fast forward to today. Breaker comes out there, literally holding the show hostage because he mad at the world. And I was like, If someone could have predicted that Braun Breaker was going to be like this. Oh my God. I wonder who that could be. It was me. Anyway, Braun Breaker would not leave until Pierce came out there. Now, everybody pretty much was trying to tell him, yo, fam, you got to calm down. All his homeboys and Paulina was in the ring talking about he got to calm down. Now, Paul take the microphone and was like, so something that just happened to Braun Breaker, and we all saw it. Braun Breaker's not the problem here. Adam Pearce here. And I said, that's not what I got from it. Not at all. You see, Adam came out there, and then as Braun Breaker was demanding he come out there, Braun Breaker's like, you got 3 seconds to come out there and talk. He comes out there, and Adam said, you've embarrassed yourself enough. And I was like, ooh, uh-oh. He said, you've embarrassed yourself enough. Haven't you embarrassed yourself enough, bro? Are you not embarrassed? Look, you picked your own number. Had nothing to do with me. I couldn't rig it even if I wanted to. But he said, since we talking about masked men, I don't know who the hell it was, but he said it's funny how when the masked man wasn't attacking y'all, it was all cool and gravy. But now because it's happening to you, I'm supposed to go full mode to try to figure out who it is. He said the last time a masked man attacked somebody, it was the nigga standing next to you. Since we talking shit, and I was like, call it. Talk your shit, Adam. Talk your shit. Adam said, look, y'all are holding my show hostage. And unless your ass got something you want to do, you can clear the hell out that ring. But we got shit to do. Okay? And Adam walked his ass up out of there. And this is after LA Knight. Bust, who was it? Theory and Paul in the back with a chair and ran his ass up out of there.
Chair shot.
Now, later on in the night, Paulina cornered Pierce. And he says, put Braun Breaker and LA Knight in a match tonight, please. Adam said, baby, I can't do that. I'm not going to be able to do that. He said, why the hell not? He said, baby, I had him escorted from the arena. You see, I can't have him impeding my show. Just like I can't have you and your people impeding my show. Can't show no favoritism, baby. No matter how much I like the man, I can't show no favoritism. So he's gone. And you know what else? I suggest you tell Braun Breaker he needs to get gone too. Okay? Man. Child. I was like, finally, Adam got some cojones grandes. Girl. Anyway, let's move into the show. Because the only other time we see Braun Breaker again is when they're in the back and Paul is trying to get him to understand that he has to calm down. And motherfucking Brian ain't trying to hear that shit. Paul is like, you have to listen to me. If you go back there and start some shit, you are going to give him more ammo to keep you down. You have to listen to me. Braun Breaker said, I don't give a damn. I'm going back there. And that's the last we see of him. We don't know if Adam dead or if Braun Breaker is just running around the back acting a damn fool. We don't know. Because they didn't give us nothing else, child. They were like, here, open up. Here. That's it. You don't get no more. That's how they fed us, baby. Anyway, we had this match with El Grande Americano and Javon Evans. Good match between the two men. Love Javon Evans down. A few nights removed from a very epic Royal Rumble, Javon Evans showed up and showed out. He was the Iron Man this year for this match, lasting 40 plus minutes in the Rumble. He did exceptionally well considering his counterparts and how well the men's Royal Rumble was booked. He did exceptionally well in that match. I was very proud of Nephew. Very proud of him. So, as El Grande Americano was getting ready to try to close in on a win, obviously with the cheating and everything in between, the original El Grande Americano showed up, all extra buff and shit, with a beard. He provided enough of a distraction for Javon Evans to get the drop on El Grande. And the referee saw the metal plate in El Grande's hand. He took it from him. So Javon was able to hit the OG cutter, and it was game over. Javon Evans has beat every single member of the group of El Grande Americano. And where this goes for Javon Evans, I'm not sure. But I have a sneaky suspicion that he probably would be put on Dominic Mysterio next. Speaking of Dom, we gonna play skip around for a little bit. Let's talk about it. Trick Williams. Let's skip around for a little bit. All right. So Dom showed back up. I don't know if Dom's been cleared, but he did show back up. They didn't say he was cleared. They just said Dominic Mysterio was back, which kudos to him. Dom showed up to give Liv Morgan the proper introduction she deserved, as he said. And well, Liv Morgan was out there talking a lot of shit. And her homegirl came out there. You know? Her homegirl came out. And Stephanie was basically, and Raquel was basically like, girl, yeah, we cool. You my sister. Sister, best friend. But, question. Why you throw me out the Rumble yesterday, Friday, Saturday? What happened? Liv was like, sister, friend. My homie love her friend. Look. It's not like that at all. I love you. But you already had an opportunity at the title already built in. So I just assumed that you wouldn't mind me getting an opportunity. And when one of us gets something, the Judgment Day wins, right? So everybody wins, right? Right? Raquel was like, right. You are so right, sister. Best friend. Hi, Carmelo. So she was like, did you want mine keeping your ass in the back? Sister, best friend. Liz said, yeah. Girl, you got it. Go kill it. Go get it. Now, Liv Morgan was out there for a minute, basically saying she didn't know who she was going to choose yet because there was a lot to consider. But she was going to head over there to SmackDown, and have a little conversation and look around, assess the field. Sure, Jam. So then it came to this match. Was it a bad match? No. I low-key wish it wasn't a street fight. But it was. And it wasn't a bad match. I just wasn't interested. And that's mainly because I knew where it was headed. So it took me out of it. But I will say that Raquel looked very dominant in the match. I will give them that. However, she was not able to win and or capitalize on all the momentum that she had picked up heading into this match. Now, Raquel is no longer a contender for this championship, but her homegirl got a free ticket to WrestleMania, to which I know Raquel is probably burning up on the inside. Now she gonna blame them because she told them to keep their ass in the back. And had Liv not got on the apron and distracted her, she might have been able to turn things around and get the win. But unfortunately for her, we'll never know. After Stephanie retained, Liv Morgan attacked her and laid her out. And this is what we saw. This wasn't even 5 minutes after Raquel lost. This was literally seconds. She gave Raquel enough time to get out the ring and for Stephanie to get up. And then she oblivion that bitch and was standing there holding her title. And what they should have did is put the camera on Raquel so we could see her face. Because, baby, that's messy. That is messy as fuck. But I expect nothing less from from Liv Morgan. Now, Penny had a match with Bronson Reed. I wasn't really interested in this match either. I hockey did not care about it. I was more concerned about what was going to happen towards the end. But I will say this. For the most part, they were entertaining and they did their parts, right? Towards the end, fucking towards the end, LA Knight popped back up, took out Bronson Reed, and ran off because Theory and them were coming after them. So he got ran off. Braun Breaker was nowhere to be found. Paul Heyman came out there, or was already out there, trying to get the ref to stop counting so Bronson could keep the match, but it didn't work. This was after the ref had got taken out. Okay? And baby, it was murder she wrote after that. Pena won by count out. And Bronson lost. It's been a devastating couple of weeks for the Vision, honey. I do not know where we go from here. Home. Not home. Gunther came out here and damn near killed Dragon Lee. Baby, that man was hanging by his feet. Dragon Lee came out there while Gunther was mocking AJ Styles to the fullest. Had his phenomenal entrance up and everything. It was messy boobs. And then he really couldn't talk because the crowd didn't want to hear that shit. They was chatting, shut the fuck up, and all types of dirty ass shit. It was real dirty conversation. And well, as Gunther was getting ready to leave from basking in his bullshit, Dragon Lee ran down there and beat the brakes off of Gunther. And had Gunther had not grabbed that ring bell, Dragon Lee would have still been beating the brakes off of Gunther. He grabbed that ring bell, was able to cause enough distraction. Put that nigga Dragon Lee in that headlock. And he did it 3 times. Then he got him in there. He was in the ring. They trying to keep him back. And he headlocks him over the ropes. And Dragon Lee was caught. So his feet started to dangle. And Dragon Lee literally looked like he was dead. It was a very jarring scene. I'm like, these niggas done killed him. They done committed murder. I wanted that song to play. Oh, shit. This nigga's dead, y'all.
I'm sure somebody can get it already.
Oh, no. And it happened. And it niggas died. Ain't never died before. Ooh, bitch. I'm going to put that over my video before I post it. Girl. He was dead. You hear me? Child. Gunther walked away very angry and satisfied, obviously. So, of course, we're going to see Gunther and Dragon Lee probably go at it next week. Now, the tag team titles are going to be on the line next week. Big Jim's going to be back and ready to roll. And Alpha Academy is going to be going after that. But, baby, we were supposed to have a tag team match with the War Raiders. I don't know who they were supposed to go up against. But Obafemi went out there and decimated both of them niggas. Easy. I was like, oh my God. What is happening? Messed him up, child. Laid out Eric, threw Eric across the room, child. Took Ivar's big ass to tow him up. I said, God damn. Ooh. He beat y'all ass. He beat y'all ass. That big black man beat y'all ass this Black History Month that we saw an ass whooping on TV today. I appreciate you. Thank you. Now, Finny. Finn. Come talk to me. Sweetheart. You being a bad guy, Wreck-It Ralph ain't had nothing to do with the shit that you was doing, okay? You been making bad decisions, most definitely. First bad decision you made was joining the Judgment Day. You stifled your talent and you put yourself in a secondary third position, which had not allowed you to shine the way that you truly should have. Respect is earned and respect is given through loyalty, through your hard work. And while you're sitting here blaming Pierce, let's be honest. Let's be 1,000% honest. Okay? Let's keep it all the way fucking real. You could have declared for the Royal Rumble the week that you was getting ready to face off against CM Punk. Gunther had a match at a Royal Rumble. A full match with fucking AJ Styles. And he had already declared for the Rumble. So whose fault really is it? Now, don't get me wrong. I was not happy with Pierce's decision to keep you out of the Rumble. But I also kind of understand where Pierce is coming from. You are so preoccupied with Judgment Day business that you put yourself on the back burner. So it's not about Adam Pierce disrespecting you. It's about you disrespecting you. Everything you've been able to do, all the the wrestlers that have come into this company, all the wrestlers that have come across you and have been able to become great because of you, the lack of respect is on your part. It ain't on them. There's a reason why people give AJ Styles his accolades and his respect. It's because he demands it. You are sitting here expecting people to just bow down to your feet and give you respect. No, but nigga, that ain't how this shit work, bro. It's not coming to you just because of what you've done and your accomplishments. It comes because you demand it. Because you walk with an air that deserves respect. You too busy trying to be everybody's friend. You in the back trying to chill with Liv Morgan and fucking Dominic Mysterio. People who are learning from you and they're surpassing you. All in the same breath. Dominic Mysterio is a double fucking champion. Double champion. In your face. On your time. And all you do is congrats to Dom, my bro. Nothing for you though. What do you get? You get constellation prizes. You get secondary championships. You get beaten. You get put up just to get beat down every 2 seconds. You get put in a position just to give people another notch on their belt as a champion. You don't get to be a true rivalry. You don't get to be an actual contender for a title. And I lay that all at your feet. Now, when Vince was there, I blamed him. Because he didn't believe in you. But now that Vince McMahon is gone and your motherfucking daddy is at the helm, there's no way you can convince me that there's nothing you couldn't have said to say, listen, I want to be in the conversation of titles. I'm tired of walking around in the back and everybody else is getting shit and I'm not getting it. I want to help lead the new generation. You already done trained half of them. Look at Becky. Used to be. I'm telling y'all something. You worked with Becky. You was her man at one point. Y'all was cool. And I'm sure over the years you gave her plenty of advice and plenty of ways to help push her through so that she could be the person that she is. Credit to Becky for being able to turn herself around and become the ultimate superstar that she is. But we all know that Finn Balor had an integral part in her career, and even she credits him with that. Cody Rhodes has said it. Countless of other superstars have said it. The problem here is not the other people who have come across you and have been able to be graced with you, helping them and getting them to where they need to be. The problem is you. Your tactics have not changed. You still doing the same dirty, underhanded shit and expecting a new result. What you think? Attacking CM Punk is going to get you to that championship faster? You think when y'all have y'all title at Elimination Chamber or whenever the fuck y'all decide to have this title match that you're going to win? Let me tell you something. Given the fact that CM Punk was just chosen by fucking Roman Reigns to compete against at WrestleMania, that makes him heavily protected. And you ain't gonna never touch that title until one of them beats the other. So you might as well put yourself in the back and just chill out until Money in the Bank. That would be my goal, is to focus on Money in the Bank. And that way I can make my own rules. And I can determine who is my next target. And I can make sure that I'm the next champion, no matter who is champion. That should be your goal. Not this bullshit you got going on. If it's demanding respect, then you got to walk it like you talk it. Because right now, all I see is a secondary character, a player 2 ass nigga over here in Judgment Day listening to a bitch who literally couldn't get into the crew unless you gave her the keys to the kingdom, which you did. And now you letting her manipulate you like she been manipulating everybody else. So go off. Do you? If it's about respect, then everybody around you should be giving you respect. And we ain't talking about just, oh, well, the people you helped and the niggas in the locker room. We talking about your cronies too. Because if you talking about really being respected, it's your homeboys that and your homegirls that don't respect you. If a bitch walk up to you and tell you straight to your face, oh, you ain't shit, and you know you ain't shit, and CM Punk knows that and he's preying on you, I tell Liv Morgan straight up, girl, listen, you've been champion, top dog while you been in this group. Where was I? When it was my time to go after the title, nobody was out here helping me. I was all on my own, but we had your back 20 grand. Every time you went out there to defend that title, you had somebody in your corner helping you. But you sit up here talking about what I should and shouldn't be doing? No, I tell you what, you mind your business and I'll mind mine. That's how you should have handled that. But instead, you let her convince you to keep going at the rate you're going. Definition of insanity. So go out, King. I hope it works out for you. Although I'm going to say 1000%, it is not. Elimination Chamber is in Chicago. It's in Chicago, nigga. If you go to Chicago and face off against CM Punk at Elimination Chamber, I expect nothing less than for him to beat you and then maybe get speared by Roman Reigns at the end of the match. I don't see that going any further than you getting the match at Elimination Chamber. You're not going to beat him. That's not happening. So change your tactics and find something else to do. Please. Now look. Roman Reigns came out there and was very brash and very arrogant, honey. And you know we live. He came out there and told the world, I left and gave people some time to do what they wanted to do. I came, popped up every now and then because I was letting people live. I was giving people their moment. But I see that me being gone doesn't help. Okay, you can't function without me. All right, so I gotta come back and save this place because it's obvious that niggas don't know how to handle being at the top to make this place move and shake. You gotta have a needle mover like me, and I'm a needle mover. So I came back, I won the fucking Royal Rumble, and now I gotta choose who I'm gonna go after. So, audience, Philly, tell me what you want me to do. Do you want me to pick Drew McIntyre? Everybody was like, oh, no. Please spare us. And then it was like, do you want me to pick CM Punk? Resounding cheers, love. Okay, they were all for it. All right. They said, let me do it again. Drew McIntyre. No, Drew McIntyre. Are you sure? Let's do it again. Drew McIntyre. Ooh. And then he said, okay, well, do you want me to give you CM Punk? Yeah, you sure? Are you sure you want CM Punk? You sure? All right. CM Punk it is. And then CM Punk was like, I heard you bitches was looking for me. Huh? Here I go. He said, I heard you was looking for me. He said, look, I heard you come out here begging and pleading this crowd to help you pick who you want to go up against at WrestleMania. He was like, yeah, go ahead and pick bitch ass Drew. Go ahead. He the easy way out. He easy to beat, bitch. You want to pick the easy way out, be my guest. It makes no never mind to me. I'm gonna keep on continuing to be the best in the world either way. But if you want to bitch out and pick Drew McIntyre, go right ahead. And Roman was like, I don't like the nigga, but like Drew is like 4 times bigger than you. And CM Punk was like, and I still beat that nigga's ass. Fuck you talking about? Last time I met that nigga, they had to stitch his ass back together where there wasn't enough staples in the back to hold that nigga shit together. And he was gone. He said, I put his ass down. And Roman was like, wasn't you fighting him over some bitch ass bracelet or some shit? Like, wasn't that what y'all was fighting about? Some little plastic ass bracelet. Child. Roman said, he said, if we talking about like real talk, I've beaten Drew so many times I couldn't even count. 3 years, nothing but ass whoopings coming from this camp. And CM Punk was like, refresh my memory. How many of you and your Samoans did it take for you to beat that nigga though? He said, you see me, on the other hand, when I went up against Drew McIntyre, it was just me. Solo dolo, numero uno. I took that nigga to hell and back in one of the most dangerous matches in this company. Hell in a Cell. While you was sitting pampered and coddled over there in your little corner. He said, so no, we're not the same. But like I said, if you want to bitch out, then go pick Drew. Be my fucking guest. It makes me no never mind. Or you could pick the Mount Everest route, go up the mountain with no Sherpa, and then you could come see the best in the world. Either way, I'm going to knock your ass down every time. And Roman was like, you think this shit is a game? You think it's funny? He was like, look. He said, I have nothing but hate for you. He said, you think I'm following in your footsteps? Now, he said all of this because CM Punk was like, I was champion for 430 plus days with Paul Heyman by my side. You was champion for 1,300 plus days with Paul Heyman by your side. Do you notice the similarities? My God, I can tell you right now that you, my guy, was the one following in my footsteps. You were following behind me, the legacy I left. Not only that, but I brought your ass into this company. I brought your ass in here in the Shield. And without me, you wouldn't be here. So you're welcome. Congratulations. Papa's proud of you. I was like, bitch, them fighting words. Them's fighting words. Okay. Now, I'm gonna say, you think I was following behind you in your footsteps? Is you fucking serious? Are you crazy? Have you lost it? He was like, my guy, why are you worrying about all the places that all the things that I've been doing? He said, the only reason why you was able to come back in here was because of me. He said, on your little 10-year vacation when you was out here talking reckless on your friend's podcast, making my life harder than it had to be. He said, I hate your ass. Always have, always will. But you know what? He said, I wasn't going to stifle the company and let you, ride off into the sunset when I know WWE can make more money off of you in the company rather than you being on the outside looking in. So when Paul decided that he was bringing your ass back, who you think they came to ask if it was okay? They came to me. I approved that shit. Without me, your ass wouldn't be here, so you're welcome. But you know what? Since you out here talking shit, he said, I've already made my decision. And I could take the easy way out. You're right. I could go after Drew and beat Drew again because I can, and I know I can, and it's real easy to do. But I don't want to beat Drew. I want to beat you because I hate you. And when I do, when we go to WrestleMania, we go toe-to-toe, and I'm still standing there holding your championship, you ain't going to have no choice but to acknowledge me. And then that nigga walked out. I was like, God damn, Makoma. Shit. I thought that nigga was turning dark for a minute. I said, oh, shit, his teeth got real big. You seen that flex and shit? I was scared. I was scared for my life, okay? Because I thought his hair was going to turn red and Akuma was getting ready to kill somebody, okay? So I was scared. Baby, it went off because CM Punk was like, I got what I wanted, but I don't know if that's all going to be true. I know that this shit is about to hit the fan. We're about to get some good promos back and forth between these two. I know that. Now, the match itself, it may not hit as well. I want to prepare y'all for that because the match may not be that good. But I know that these next couple of weeks with the promos, the backbiting, the fighting back and forth, that's going to be very interesting. Now that we are all together. Anyways, Oh, baby, it was a lot going on. But now that we are gathered here, understand that eliminations qualifying matches will begin next Monday on Netflix at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That means that all the men who are put up in these qualifying matches will have a shot at getting their slot in the elimination chamber and being one step closer to challenging Drew McIntyre for the WWE Undisputed Championship. Okay? Because right now, CM Punk is taken, and the only man left is Drew McIntyre. Now, we don't know who Liv Morgan is going to choose. We are hoping that Liv Morgan picks Stephanie Becker, which I don't believe that she isn't. I do think she is picking Stephanie, but you know she's going to show up on SmackDown to cause chaos because she's a chaos queen. With all that being said, Elimination Chamber matches is going to be setting up. Now, you know, at Royal Rumble, Charlotte accidentally took out Alexa Bliss. Now, in my opinion, Bliss is probably going to end up giving the sister Abigail to Charlotte at some point, and that's how their team is going to implode, which is fine by me. I'm ready for them to split up and for them to go into their own era and do their own thing, because that women's division, in terms of that title, it needs some space, it needs some bodies. And because you got Lash and Nia still gunning for those tag team titles, it's not fair to have Jade as a champion and not have her going up against formidable opponents. Okay, she need people who she can go up against. And while Jordynne Grace is a good first, she shouldn't be something that Jade builds her career off of. She's going to need to go up against former champions like Bliss and Charlotte Flair to make it work. So, in my opinion, when it comes to Elimination Chamber for the girls, I would imagine Tiffany Stratton is going to be put in that chamber match, as is probably Charlotte, Alexa Bliss. I put Tiffany, Charlotte, Alexa Bliss. That's 4, or it's 3 from SmackDown. And it's usually 8 in the chamber, right? No, it's 6. 4 in the pods and 2 to start. So we got 3. We need 3 more. Raquel. I only want 1 member from Judgment Day in there. So I would actually take out Raquel and put Roxanne in there. Make it Tiffany, Charlotte, Alexa, Roxanne, and I'm gonna need a big name in there. Oh fuck, who else would I put in there? You can put Oscar in there. Round it out with Oscar. Those are the 6 that I would put in there. It's no shade to Rhea or Io, but I wouldn't put either of them in that chamber, mainly because they're already tag team champions and they're more than likely going to be facing off against the Bella Twins. Let me tell y'all something. I don't like them hoes, so they're not going to be graced on my page anywhere. They had a little segment over on Raw. Terrible segment, if you ask me. Everybody was happy to see him. I don't give a damn about them being there. If you ask me, they could have been brought the Bella Twins back. She did not have to debut at fucking Royal Rumble. I felt like she should have debuted on Monday Night Raw if you wanted to give her a really huge pop like that. But like, it was a shitty segment. It was dumb. And I just wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan, and I didn't care for it. But go off, whatever makes y'all happy. They was out there talking, and they talking about they going after the tag team titles. Great, love that for you. Just go do something so you off my screen, please. Not you had the TV on mute. Other than that, y'all, that was it. That was all of Monday Night Raw. Now, listen, this week and for the rest of February, I'm going to be putting up shorts with Black History facts from wrestling. I want you guys to really pay attention to it. On Saturdays, we're going to be reading some Black History stuff. I have a Black as fuck history book in here, and we do reading and chill on Saturdays, and I'm bringing that back this weekend. I don't have nothing to do this weekend, do I? besides the pod with Alexis. I don't have nothing else to do. Okay, so I might do reading and chill on Sunday, which is like, a relaxing day. And we're going to start reading the Black as Fuck history book. Okay, y'all need to start reading shit. It's Black History Month, and you hoes is going to learn something from me today. Okay, I love y'all. I wouldn't yell at y'all if I didn't love y'all. We'll be back Wednesday to chit chat some more and talk some more. And of course, Rico wrote some more of his chapters of his book, so I may read his book this weekend as well. But y'all, we gonna do some reading. We're gonna have a good time. Y'all gonna get y'all some wine and some cookies and stuff, and put me up like a podcast while I live stream. And we're gonna read the Black as Fuck history book and talk about a chapter or two that we read. Okay, but other than that, we got a couple things coming down the pike. There's a new Wrestle Eats coming up very soon. We're going to be cooking Kurt Angle's favorite dish. It is spaghetti. We're going to be cooking that. And like I said, we're going to have Black History Facts coming. Okay? So make sure y'all stay tuned for all of that. Like I said, I love y'all. I wouldn't yell at y'all if I didn't love y'all. And I will see y'all Wednesday when we come back and talk about NXT, the new champ. Okay? And we're going to talk all about the Royal Rumble and everything. Well, Wiki girl, you kind of missed Rumble Talk. We talked about Rumble right after the Rumble happened. But what you can do Wednesday is when I come in Wednesday, if you want to talk about it, we'll talk about it. Okay? So I will see you guys on Wednesday. Make sure you guys keep up with NXT so we can talk all about the tea over there. All right? Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more wrestling content. Check out our merch and consider becoming a member for exclusive perks, special emojis, and members-only content.